today's Worldview, a dramatic turn of events, David, involving 3 American hikers being detained in Iran.
Cameron, that's right. The 3 Americans now stand accused of espionage, and it's further confirmation that the ruling government in Tehran wants to put the 3 on trial. Shane Bauer, Sarah Shord, and Josh Fatal were arrested July 31st after straying over the Iranian border from northern Iraq. Their families and the U.S. government maintain the 3 were on a hiking vacation and crossed the border accidentally. Today in Germany, U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton called for the release of the students.
We believe strongly that there is no evidence to support any charge whatsoever, and we would renew our request on behalf of these 3 young people and their families that the Iranian government exercise compassion and release them so they can return home.
Well, trying to keep hope alive, the families of those hikers held vigils across the country yesterday. The gatherings marked the 100th day their loved ones' captivity, and they wait is certainly taking its toll.
It's hard because you're a parent and you want to do something for your kid and you can't.
Honestly, I was expecting it to be over a few weeks after it started. So by this point, it's really just day by day because I have no idea what to expect anymore.
It is not clear formal charges have been filed, and the timing of the announcement raises the possibility that Iran is using the case to pressure the United States amidst negotiations over Iran's nuclear program.
An ominous new development in the case of 3 young American hikers who wandered into Iranian territory. After more than 3 months in custody, they now face charges of espionage. The news is chilling for their families, and their case is now dramatically more complicated. So what can the U.S. do? Our foreign affairs correspondent Jill Doherty is over at the State Department. Jill, what are you picking up? What are they saying there?
Well, Wolf, the State Department still has not confirmed officially that the hikers have been officially charged with espionage, but they say if those reports are true, it would be outrageous and for the families, devastating.
Yo, it's hot. It's because I'm in Iraq.
In a video shot just days before they were arrested at Iran's border, the 3 American hikers look like anything but spies. Held for more than 100 days, now apparently accused of espionage. Once again, Americans appear to be bargaining chips for Iran, even as the Obama administration tries to engage with Tehran to stop its nuclear program.
We believe strongly that there is no evidence to support any charge whatsoever, and we would renew our request on behalf of these 3 young people and their families that the Iranian government exercise compassion and release them so they can return home.
But beyond asking for compassion, the U.S. has virtually no leverage. Washington has no diplomatic relations with Iran. The hikers have been visited in a Tehran prison twice by a Swiss diplomat. In a statement Monday, the families admit the hikers apparently strayed into Iran by accident, but say the allegation that our loved ones may have been engaged in espionage is untrue. The families are trying to use public pressure, a website, and rallies for Shane Bauer, Sarah Shord, and Josh Fatal across the U.S. and in 8 countries. Monday, Iran's president insisted the Americans broke the law by crossing the border, but said he had no opinion on any charges of espionage. The mother of one of the hikers says,
"It's way too long, and we're anxious to get them home."
Jill, so what's the assessment over there? What are the Iranians up to right now?
You know, there are a lot of different possibilities, Wolf. No one is making a direct link right now between the hikers' case and negotiations on Iran's nuclear program. But both issues are happening at the same time. They're at a delicate stage. And also, some U.S. officials say this could be the Iranian government playing the anti-American card in order to shore up domestic support in Iran. Wolf?
It's a very sensitive issue indeed. Let's hope for the best for those 3 Americans. Jill will stay on top of the story at the State Department.
I announced today that I'm forming a presidential exploratory committee. I'm not just starting a campaign, though. I'm beginning a conversation with you, with America. because we all need to be part of the discussion if we're all going to be part of the solution.
So it is official. A woman is running for president of the United States.
We're going on, we're going strong, and we're going all the way.
I'll tell you, we are not quite sure if she is going to make her way to any sort of microphone for a statement. It doesn't appear that way, so we'll just kind of watch some of these pictures here.
She's faced moments of public pain and private crisis, and seems to get stronger. She went from the White House to Capitol Hill, an elected official in her own right.
And whether you talk about the polls that have changed on the trust that actually this country now has for women to manage the hardest thing that's kept us out of the White House, and that is security. Over half the voters now trust women at the same level as men to really make good decisions on foreign policy, homeland security, and the economy. And we've had 2 secretaries of state that have made it normal to see women in those positions.
I want you to think outside the proverbial box. I want you to give me the best advice you can. I want you to understand there is nothing that I welcome more than a good debate and the kind of dialogue that will make us better. So I take this office with a real sense of joy and responsibility, commitment and collaboration. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to work. Thank you, and God bless you here today in this historic, magnificent building. The 50th woman to leave this earth is orbiting overhead. If we can blast 50 women into space, we will someday launch a woman into the White House.
This Gallup poll that just came out, you were more popular than the president. President Obama, 56%, Clinton, 62%.
Now there's a new poll out showing that the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, is more popular than the president.
The most popular person in the Obama administration is not the president.
Good morning.
It's his Secretary of State.
It is just, to me, inexcusable that in a country as rich as ours, we cannot figure out how to provide quality, affordable health care.
For 15 years, I have stood up against the right-wing machine, and I've come out stronger. So if you want a winner who knows how to take them on, I'm your girl.
I want the 18 million people who have voted for me to be seen and heard, to be respected, to be given the real appreciation that you're due. We have won more votes than anyone has ever won who has run for the presidential nomination of any party in our country's history. I am very proud of that. But more than that, I am humbled and grateful.
It is inconceivable to me people who work hard and do a good job every day can still be fired because of who they love. It is unfair, it is un-American, and we're going to put a stop to it once and for all. Well, I think it's important that we recognize how people feel across America. They feel as though they're standing on a trap door. They are one pink slip, one missed mortgage payment, one medical diagnosis away from falling through.
Hillary Clinton is now viewed favorably by 65% of Americans, outshining even Michelle Obama.
Although we weren't able to shatter that highest, hardest glass ceiling this time, thanks to you, it's got about 18 million cracks in it. And the light is shining through like never before, filling us all with the hope and the sure knowledge that the path will be a little easier next time. It's not over until the lady in the pantsuit says it is.